Morning, y'all. Rick Fearless, Fairless. Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House, Punchwally Garage, and Fearless Insurance. Good morning. It's Saturday. Do you sleep in on Saturdays? I mean, like Saturdays, you sleep in later, like, normally maybe during the week you get up at 5 or 6. And on Saturdays you sleep until 8 or 9. You do that? I don't do that. But I work every day. Sometimes I like to do that, but I don't do that. Hopefully you get to do that. Today is Saturday, October 21st. Yeah. 2023, year of our Lord. This episode in my life, the 365 Project, the Mr. Peabody Wayback Machine is going to take us back to 1996. So in 1996, I opened Strokers Dallas. And I remember, back then I had my 82 shovel head, my 65 pan head, and my 61 Triumph 650. I still have all three of those bikes. But back then, those were the only three bikes I had, so every day I used to pull out those bikes and I would park them in front of the store, especially when I was doing construction. I would park them in front of the store so that when people would go by on Harry Hines, they would see motorcycles in front of the store and they would know that, they would start associating this building with motorcycles. And when I opened, I used to give away free beer. Because from day one, I was trying to get the bar open. So people would come in, I would introduce myself, I would shake their hand, and I would ask them if they would like a beer. And I was giving away probably 10 cases of beer. In the very beginning, I was giving away about 10 cases of beer a week. Just before the bar opened, I was probably giving away about 25 cases of beer a week. My brother said, "Look at all the money you're spending on free beer." I said, "But I'm going to get them used to coming in and drinking a beer. And then when I open the bar, then they can pay for the beer." Worked out pretty good. But I remember when I first opened the bar, me and my mom were here, and I told my mom that we got a lot of bikes here. She said, "How many bikes you got out there?" And I said, "We got 10 bikes here, Mom." Mom said, "You got 10 bikes here?" And I said, we're so proud that there were 10 motorcycles here at my bar. And now we get hundreds and hundreds a week. A guy will come in, it happens all the time, a guy will come in, maybe it's on a cold day or something, and there'll be 150 bikes here, and the guy will come in and he'll say, "Where's everybody at?" I hate it when they do that. Hate it when they do that. Whenever they say that, I'll say, "Well, you're there, and I'm here. Who else you look for? Who you look for? Let's check that truck. You big old cluck. You're gonna get, woo, look at these now. These are some of my old original tie-dye chucks." Hey, you got a drooper there. You're drooping there, boy. It's okay. So these tie-dye chucks I probably had for, more than 10 years. So they were white. We tie-dyed them. White toe, white sew, red and black racing stripe, red, white, and blue logo, black shoelaces, one eye down, double knotted for safety. These are those feel-good shoes. You know the ones. You got them too. Dad joke. Some people say that having money is not the key to happiness. But I figure that if you got enough money, you can have another key made. Slang. We used to say this all the time. It was popular in the 70s. Somebody be talking about, something, or they would be telling a story and they'd kind of get off topic. You'd say, meanwhile, back at the ranch. That meant, okay, get back on track here. Okay, the conversation's dragging. Okay, if I'm talking to somebody and, maybe they're talking about something I'm not interested in, or they're talking about something that I don't feel comfortable talking about it, or maybe they're starting to tell me about their sex life or something that just totally that I don't want to hear, or something gets uncomfortable, I'll say, how about them Cowboys? That's a clue to change that subject. Get out of there. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, motivational minute. So, when I first started working for Roach Paint Company, I was pulling orders. We had like 30 stores, and I was pulling orders, and most of the guys could pull like 2 stores a day. I don't remember how many guys there were, 10 or 12 guys that were pulling orders. And then I got up to where I was pulling 3 stores a day, and then they were giving me like the biggest stores. And then I was pulling like 4 stores a day, and one day at lunch they said, hey, come over here. They said, man, you got to slow it down. You make the rest of us look bad. I said, what do you mean slow it down? The whole object is to go faster. Rick, come on now, man. We all in this together. Slow this thing down. Let's all don't kill ourselves, man. Let's just put in a day's work and go home. I said, oh, well, that's just not who I am. And I kept moving up in the company and making more money and doing things. And I remember I was the #1 sales rep in the country, and half of those guys that I was pulling orders with were still there pulling orders. All right, get off the couch. Live music all weekend. The weather's supposed to be good. Upper 80s, I think. Strokers Dallas merch, merch.com. We got a lot of new stuff in. I don't think it's all on the computer yet, but it's going to be on the computer in the next few days. So keep an eye on that. Did you know that we are a dog-friendly barn grill? If you have a dog that is well behaved and you have your dog on a leash, you are more than welcome to bring the dog out here, as long as it's not skittish around motorcycles. If your dog pees on something, you better clean it up. If your dog poops on something, you better clean it up. Milk bones. I have milk bones here for dogs. All right, I'm going to leave you with this. Did you know that when Joe DiMaggio was married to Marilyn Monroe, he told her that if she died before him, that he would send her a dozen red roses 3 times a week to her grave? And even though they were divorced when she died, for over 20 years, Joe DiMaggio sent his ex-wife Marilyn Monroe roses 3 times a week to her gravesite. And that is the rest of the story. All right, Rick Fairless. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, gotta go. Love you, bye. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.